So, starting with the heart of the irrigation system is our clean RO that goes through the dab pumps up through a disc filter up, and to each room we have two, one for RO, one for batch tank, and the RO will go up to each flower room and the veg room. Show you what's up. They're tapped in so that we have just RO coming from the diffuser, staying at 10 psi, coming up through the rooms, dropping down on each row and on to each set of beds, and on to each bed we have a set of drip tape that you helped us set up, Coop. Each of these sensors is rocking and rolling. We have been in this facility now for almost a full calendar year. Things are crushing, showing good numbers, both on the water, on the plant health. Honest to God, this is my video to help show how much more you can do with this kind of irrigation than hand feeding. I have been hand feeding my entire life, and I can solemnly say that I don't think I could replicate this on the same scale. These plants are day 18 and already bigger than my thumb. By the end of the harvest, these things are trees. And now once the roots are set, I don't have to change the irrigation whatsoever. It's good to go. It's locked in. It's what we want. It's what we're trying to get. We got cover crop that's been helping. These cones have been sturdy. They've been doing us good. The drip line has been surviving the wear over the last year. The plants are getting gigantic, mean, and green. So thank you, Blumat. Thank you, Sustainable Village, for helping us get sustained here. Thank you for the easy understanding on how to use this system, how to plug and play from really anywhere we go. We're doing lowers this week, as you can see. So we're about to clean everything up and send it into its next phase of glory. I'll show you guys the veg room as well as the other flower room to show you really how big and beautiful you can get these things. And when in doubt, you can always have your feed tank separate with a hose to do your once per week things. This is not rocket science. This is plants. Plants do the work for us. We help them do the work. This is one of the best tools that you can have in your system. I put my foot on it. For the veg room, same thing. You can turn this off every day if you want, like we do, and it still works amazing. We have one for our batch, one for our RO, tapped in for each of this, moms and veg. We've got the drip rings working beautifully here, as you'll see. With our new moms, we're just hooking up, and they can work even with these 3 gallons. You can see them firing off right now and dripping. We use up to 3 gallons. 2 gallons work great too. Cones go in the same. Fill these up, drip throughout the day. We're putting ours on casters just so it's easy for one man to come, or woman, to come do the work needed. These beautiful ladies here are crushing it for our mom stock, recycling them every couple months, as you can see, in sections. Right now we're doing 3-gallon transplants because that seems to be the best case scenario, and we've been using these AquaMATs for all sizes. They work great. We're about to hook this up this week. Same principle, smaller cone, put it in the soil, then it'll wick from the bottom, clean RO coming down to the mats, top and bottom, get the same. Our clones get the same kind of water. We can put smaller moms up here for ones that we don't want to take up space on the 30 gallons and such. And for your veg space, highly recommend these mats. They are a win-win-win for you, the plant, time that you're not putting into doing things and hand watering every single day. It is a real benefit. And even with these 30 gallons, they crush. These moms are super healthy, super happy, almost too much where you got to cut them back a lot. So thank you again to Sustainable Village for helping us set this up, giving us the availability to go as we want. If I want to turn off this row right here, all I have to do, if I can, turn it off like that, and the whole row is off. That one's still on. So the usability behind this is probably 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, and we'll be using this on further grows. So we're using TrollMaster for this room. Everything obviously except for the irrigation, which is what we're showing now, is controlled by this Day 47 crushing in right now. And we can see kind of the output of some of this irrigation now coming in. We have some small little tester plants here. We've got some amazing Jomo that we're doing right now. Some iPoppy from Salt City Seeds. Got some sour diesel that grew up to 7 feet tall back there. But yeah, from tip to tail, this irrigation works almost better the longer it's in place. Once these roots are there, this takes over for you. I have not touched a single dripper in this room since day 12 max. Haven't had a single problem with flooding. As long as you're not overdoing it and you have your lines set up correctly and your spacing is nice 3 inches from your drip line and your plants are getting plenty of moisture, you can do the drip line any way configuration you want. The important part is having this not too close touching, not too far not touching. You need to be a few inches away. That is kind of the key that helps this whole system go. Otherwise, that's when you start getting problems. And I mean, you can see 46, these things are staying nice and wet. They're holding very good, even without a bunch of cover crop in here in an indoor setting. Outdoor, I would use cover crop. This is some natural cover crop from Build-A-Soil, right in the soil. But it all utilizes greatly. Notes are crushing out. This is the last 2 weeks. Super frosty. Some Kush mints. And it really comes down to one of the keys of keeping your system consistent. And watering is one of the most consistent things that you need. Besides your HVAC and your lighting and your nutrients, your water is so important. Using these tensiometers, these go to the very bottom as well, and they show you how actually moist it could be down there. Just over 5 M-bars. It is pretty consistent. And then these meters don't go all the way to the bottom, so it can give you an average of both. This one's 56. So it's a good indication to know that we are on track and we are doing well. Obviously, the plants will tell you as well. If they start tapering out or not doing super hot, you might want to check your settings. But honestly, once you get it dialed in, it takes the steering wheel from you. This is what success can look like with very little work. Without it, we would need an entire extra person on hand for staffing just to hand water, even a micro license.